Hello everybody, welcome to Hollywoodbet's Kenilworth race meeting. We're having a look at what we're going to do with our bipots, the second race. Just before we do that, a reminder about the social media elements that we have for you in terms of our Twitter account, WhatsApp, YouTube, 4Racing TV, wherever it is that you want to watch it, go and enjoy at your convenience. Number 11, Fatal Gem, tops the boards in the first leg of the bipot at 3-1. It's a Brett Crawford. Louis McCarthy's riding particularly well of late and must have a serious claim in the race, but I don't know too much about it, so I'm going straight to Darren Burrows, who naturally will be able to tell us a bit more about the race. Mr. Burrows, hello, how are you, and what are we doing in the first leg of the bipot? There, Darren. Morning, how are you doing?
I'm fine, and you, Clyde?
Excellent. What are we doing in the first leg of the bipot, sir?
Fatal Gem improved from first run to second run, open to further improvement. Call Me Jetrix. This horse interests me because not a bad debut behind Baltic Secret, who I fancy quite strongly later on in the Somerset. And the step up in trip's going to suit Aldo de Meyer in the saddle. So my two leading lights, 5 and 11, but there are others with chances. Numbers 3, 8, 10 and 12 have chances.
Okay, 5 and 11, but there are a few in here, Mr. Marie. Good to have you back with us again. What's the story in the bipot first leg?
I went wide.
Also, okay.
Yeah, these juveniles.
How wide?
You know, Call Me Getrix, Clyde, ran a length and a quarter behind Flying V. Fatal Gem, number 11, ran a length behind Flying V. Not much separating the two. Call Me Getrix, came out slow, was rushed, stayed on well, plenty scope for improvement. Number 8, Jet to the Sun, you can see on form she actually beat Fatal Gem on debut. Out of the two, I think she's got more of a sprinting pedigree over Fatal Gem. So if Fatal Gem doesn't need further at this stage of her career, I'll make her a big runner. And then obviously the 10's got the 10's open to huge improvement. So yeah, I played the safe route.
Okay. Well, I guess there are a few from the Baltic Secret. We saw Flying V, the runner-up, come out and confirm the form, so that'll help a few. The bipots are as follows, ladies and gentlemen. Daryl Marie's going 5, 8, 10 and 11 in the first leg. That's how open he's made it. Second leg of the bipot, he's bankering number 4 on the card. Then he's going 1, 2, 4 and 5 by 2, 3 and 7. By banker 3, so he's got two bipots in the two bankers, I beg your pardon, in this play, and 3, 5 and 6 at the back. Third race, place accumulators. Let's get the action going over here. I've asked Darren Burrows what he likes. We're number 4, Noonday Gun. Justin Snaith and Richard Free team up. They 11 to 10, short to the market, but appear to be the right ones in the race. Is that right, Darren?
Yes, Noonday Gun will take a power of beating. His debut was good behind Dumbledore, and then in that feature race behind Raskova, not disgraced in a big field. He returns after a break running fresh, and I think he'll win. His danger would be Captain Arrow dropping in trip, but he's had his chances.
Okay, well, that last start in terms of when we last saw this horse was on the 28th of January. Your first choice, Mr. Marie?
Of the race runners, no doubt, Noonday Gun. Decent debut. That form line hasn't really worked out, but I thought he showed good improvement in his second start. Although on paper he was beaten by further Clyde, he had horses behind him that had won races.
Yes, I see a couple of winners from there.
Back in maiden company, I'm really not a fan of Captain Arrow. I think his last run was not good enough, to put it simple. We're very lucky over here, Clyde. There's a comment in the front of the computer form with regards to the favourite.
Yes.
And the word is he's doing great.
Ah, excellent.
Yeah, so of the race runners, I think he's very close to a penalty kick.
Okay. Well, there you go. So, penalty kick, says Mr. Marie. Place accumulator, first leg. Let's put that up for you. We'll have a look. And he's going bank of the 4. Just a reminder, of course, about the running of the third race, where this was Noonday Gun is priced up 11 to 10 by 1, 2, 4, 5, by 2, 3, 7, by 3, by 3, 5, 6, by 1 and 3, by 2, 7, 8. All of this is subject to change. Reason being, we do this on Friday. There's a maiden class field, but it's open, and then it's a handicap, 1,800 meters, and we'll take a look at the market for the first leg of the Pick Six. Go Like Flow. Mr. Marie's priced up at even money. Fixed odds. Even money number 1. 2 Poor Little Rich Girl is at 3-1 as the second favourite, and then I think you get 6 or 7-1 bar 2.
I'd be very confident. Well, let me put it this way. I'd be more confident if this was a 1,400 meter event. I thought Go Like Flow had every opportunity in her later start. She actually moved up to the winner on that occasion. She was walking inside that final 50 odd meters, Clyde. I've got reservations of whether she's going to be effective over this trip.
All right.
Poor Little Rich Girl needed her start. Bo Keller was coming back at the favourite, Go Like Flow. She's going to appreciate the 1,800. And Flirty Dancer, expect major improvements. I think this favourite is vulnerable.
Okay, vulnerable favourite. Flirty Dancer for Daryl Marie. What price is this horse, Flirty Dancer? Let me see if I can find it for you. 10-1. So he's putting that into the play. From the McLaughlin stable, Mr. Burrows, what do you say?
Well, I don't like the market currently. I don't see it as an even money shot, Go Like Flow. I would have priced her up 7-2 because her damn Run Like Hell was speedy. I don't think she'll stay 1,800 meters. And in the Pick Six, I'm looking to roll her over. Poor Little Rich Girl, 2 kilos better off at the weights for a 2-length beating, and she was only having her third start. You got Sunlit from Heaven that took on winners last time out. Back in maiden company, blinkers go on. Flirty Dancer was in need of a last start. Bo Keller's alive. I think it's tricky. No surprise to see Go Like Flow win, but I'm looking to roll her over.
Okay, let's go have a look at the Pick Six. Darren Burrows Field by 2, 5, 7, by 1, 3, 4, 6, and 8, by 3, 5, and 6. Then he bankers the 3 in the second last leg of the Pick Six. That's his play. It's a horse called Baltic Secret, who's priced up at 2-1 on the Friday, and Field at the back. Race 5 is this is a Class 3 over 1,600 meters. What is Class 3? Well, horses rated from 80 to about 95 thereabouts. So where does that leave you? B, C division thereabouts. Okay, social media. What have we got? We've got Twitter. We've got WhatsApp. We've got YouTube, 4Racing TV, multiple options for you to enjoy at your convenience. From a market perspective, race 5, number 2, Nevada King, tops the boards at 5-2. Number 5, Impetuous, is the second choice at 7-2, together with the 7, Narina Trigon, 7-2. 7s and better the others, Mr. Burrows.
Yes, Clyde. This horse Impetuous, last time out, he was gelded, right? And he went 6 lengths clear from the start and was never headed. He pulled 6 lengths clear of Prometheus, who was a further couple of lengths clear of the third horse. So he absolutely ran them into the ground, and now he's got that short run in. I was at the course that day on the 3rd floor, and all the punters were on this horse, so they must have known something. He won as he liked. Now, Narina Trogon's going to still remain my first choice, because last time out he did it the hard way to the front, and he stayed on all the way to the line. He's beaten Kitchakal. He's run off without question. Rockpool, he's good enough to win here. And Nevada King, the best of the rest.
Yeah. Narina Trigon, you may be right, because there are a few from there. Montaigne and Scalini. At 4-9 is not too bad. The last horse come to win.
Yes, he's a son of Silvano. We haven't seen the best of him yet, Clyde. He's only having his 3rd start after gelding, and he's won one of those. So he's still got a lot more to offer. Another improving 3-year-old is number 2, Nevada King. Now, last time out, I think you can just put a line through that effort. That race was void of pace, and he was tugging terribly. We saw Grant Van Eyck make a mid-race move because he couldn't hold the horse. So take note, the blinkers have come off. And with a horse like Impetuous in the race, I'm certain he's going to stay. And he does have a possibility of reversing the form with Narina Trigon. If you watch replays, have a look at number 3's latest start, Hasta Manana. Now, in his penultimate start, he's clearly held on that run, but he needed that. Last time out, desperately unlucky in the straight, should have gone much closer. He's another one that I think you can expect a forward run from. So I like the look of this race. In my opinion, it's going to be fought out between numbers 2, 3, and 7.
It would be great if you had the McLachlan and Vinard double on the day. Daryl seems to be on the side of the stable. That would be wonderful for them. Let's have a look at what we're doing with regards to the selections. Daryl's going 2, 3, and 7. So Hasta Bananas in there by Banker 3, by 3, 5, 6, by 1 and 3. Let's move on to race number 6 on the card. Take a look at the betting as to what they indicate at this stage on the Friday. Inara's Dynasty tops the boards at 22-10. Justin Snaith reaches for E. They team up again. They favourites again. And is that the right horse?
No.
Mr. Murray? No. Oh, okay. Which one's
I
the
don't
right?
even see a starting favourites.
Are you serious?
What price?
22-10. Well, they've got 7-2 Fun Zone and 5-1.
7 month layoff.
Doesn't
She's
run
not going to
forever.
be cherry ripe. She may have.
What do they say in the front of the book?
class.
Did you see the comment in the front of the book?
There is
Yes.
a comment, but
So what they say? Fit and
even
well.
even if the comment read that it's overs, I wouldn't be with her.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I make Fun Zone a pointer, Clyde.
Gee whiz.
The only reservation I have is they're expecting some rain
Ah.
on Saturday and Sunday. Now, if the track's too heavy for her, I think that could be her undoing. But in her penultimate start, I thought that was a cracking effort. She was making a comeback after a few months layoff.
Yes.
With the blinkers, she was over racing. She's got such a lovely turn of foot.
Okay.
Last time out over the mile, cracking effort. Peak run, 1400's her best trip. Let's hope the ground's not too sticky, and the 7-2 will be very tasty.
Wow. Well, she finished in front of a horse called Veronica Mars, which is from the Justin Snaith stable, right? So they'll get some sort of idea, won't they, as to compare Inara's with Veronica. All right. Well, Mr. Burrows, what do you make of it?
Well, it's lovely to see a horse like Inara's Dynasty back in action because, she was all the rage in that feature last time out. And she just didn't find extra. Maybe there was a problem because she's been off over 200 days. I do see her drifting in the betting, but not one to ignore because she's loaded with ability. Fun Zone never runs a bad race. She'll be right there at the finish. I found a bit of value with Oscar's Winner. Now, she comes out of that fantastic form line with 4 direct winners out of that race. She's had a short layoff, but she's very capable on her day. So the rank outsider, Oscar's Winner, don't ignore her in your pick 6. And then Give Me a First can bounce back.
All right, well, it's interesting because, wow, there's 4 winners from Shantastic and Water State and Hunting Trip and Miss Greenlight, all direct winners. So Oscar's Winner might be the Shruti in the pack, but Daryl Marie doesn't want to know. He says, let's get into Fun Zone. Okay, guys, let's move on to the next race. And this is the Perfect Promise Sprint. And in this event, we've got top of the board 3 Summer Lily, who's the 5-2 favourite. Number 6 Distant Winter is second choice at 28-10. And number 5 Quick Trip is priced up at 4-1. All fair sorts, all with chances, I would have thought. Mr. Marie will give us a bit more about this race. What do you like, yes, sir?
They're bidding what price? Distant Winter?
Distant Winter's 28-10, second choice.
And Quick Trip?
Quick Trip's 4-1, third choice.
4-1 Quick Trip, and she's 6 kilograms better off with Distant Winter for half a length beating.
Yes.
So she must represent the value in the race. I like the fact that she's coming back in Trip. She was disappointing last time out, but with 54 kilograms to shoulder, I'm going to give her another chance. Distant Winter, I thought, was moving better in her later starts. She must go into the equation. Summer Lily, now my concern over here, Clyde, that form line may prove to be on the weak side, but the way she won, the manner in which she turned it on, says that confirms those pre-race comments that she's smart, because she did really look impressive in that victory. Yeah, lovely race. 3, 5, and 6 to fight it out. Preference for the 3 and the 5.
3 and the 5. So Daryl's on to this horse, Distant Winter.
No.
Beg your pardon, Quick Trip. Yeah, the 6 kilo difference for a half a length. And Mr. Burrows, I recall you saying something similar in your podcast that you probably like that too.
Yes, those three runners for me. Now, Summer Lily, they made no secrets about what they think of her on debut, and she absolutely trotted up. Quick Trip. Now, she is 6 kilos better off with Distant Winter. She has been disappointing in her last two starts, but I can tell you over the 1400, she over-raced, and that's why she didn't find a finish. Distant Winter's top class, but she's got a lot to do with 60 kilos, but she won the nursery in good fashion, and she could go on.
Okay. Well, Darren's got a jackpot worked out for us. 356, banker 3 in the next leg of the second leg of the jackpot. Then Field and Field. So Darren's plays ultimately on this horse, Baltic Secret. The favourite in the 8th race is on the Friday morning is number 3, Baltic Secret, who's 2-1 favourite, and Darren Burrows has made this his play of the day. He's bankered this in most of his exotics and does find it hard to beat. Tell us why you're so strong on this horse, Mr. Burrows.
Well, Clyde, first time out when she won, she went to the front and absolutely trotted up. Last time out, they changed tactics. They tucked her in off the pace from a 9 draw. She ended up on the inside running rail, battling to get through. If they allow her to use that action, I think she'll beat the Colts in the Somerset. I think she's above average.
Okay. Well, she'll come out of the winter nursery. Well, let's take a look at, I'll ask Daryl Marie his version on this horse, Baltic. We run to Distant Winter, whom we'll know the outcome because we would have watched those who would have watched the outcome from the last race. What do you say?
Clyde, you saw in the nursery, the winter nursery, Distant Winter and October Morn were both fillies. So at this stage, I think that 2.5 kilogram sex allowance is a huge pull in the weights. That's why I'm also favouring Baltic Secret in this lineup because of the 2.5 kilograms. I just don't know if they're going to allow her to use her blistering pace because I don't know the track condition. It could be sticky. So that's my only reservation. If it was a fast track, Clyde, I'd say this is a worth a punt. If I knew it was on a quick track, because I liked what I saw in her later start. Just because the track has a potential to come up heavy, I've backed her up with number 1 Dumbledore, who's obviously held on paper, but you know he's having his peak run. He should get a nice turn transit over here. So for me, 3 from 1. I'm not looking past the 2 of them. Okay.
Well, let's it's all about the penetrometer. Have a look at that. If it's low, the pen, well, then you know that Baltic's the right one. Okay, let's take a look at what the players. Darren says Baltic Secret for him is the right horse in the race. I'll remind you again that when we did this Friday, the 3 Baltic Secret was trading at 2-1. 9th race on the card. It's over 1,100 metres. There's a double to come, perhaps. Let's find out from the boys what they like here. 7 Tuscan Gold is the 7-2 favourite. 11 Master Vigilantes 11-2. 9 Air of Royalty 7-1, and the 10 Winter Pearl trading at 7-1 for Mr. Maingard. Mr. Marie, what are we doing?
Class 5, Clyde.
What's that? E-Division. E-Division.
Sure. If you're running in your exotics, let's hope you've loaded up because
it is
that type of a race.
Yes.
Tuscan Gold number 7, he's in cracking form. Expect another honest run. A nice little roughie to include in your trifectas and quartets is number 8, Wordsworth. I prefer him with a bit of cover. Last time out with the blinkers, thought he was too close on the pace and he had to be taken up at a crucial stage of the race. So he's better than that effort. Blinkers come off, a nice quiet ride by Diego, could see him running to the money.
Okay, maybe there's a bit of a Shruti in there in Wordsworth. It could well be. Mr. Burrows, you got a Shruti up here?
Well, I would include a horse like Charlie Malone because his ratings dropped from 82 down to a 65 in his last few starts. Masked Vigilante, so disappointing. He's had a lot of chances to recapture that early form, and he hasn't. His last run was promising, though. Tuscan Gold in form. Air of Royalty got a chance. Winter Pearl, the drop-in trip's going to suit. I made it very hard. I went the field in the pick 6.
Field in the pick 6 for Darren Burrows if he's running in the last. Mr. Marie recommends that we go 2 Daryl Marie, 2, 7 and 8. The 8, of course, being, well, the 2 Persistence is 25 to 1. And the 8 Wordsworth is trading at around 13 to 1. Not forgetting, of course, that Darren Burrows has also got a bit of a shrewdie in the 12, Charlie Malone. That's the 9th race play. Okay, our 10th and final out at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. I got Darren Burrows. He's got a bit of a shrewdie in here, or so he claims, one of the bets of the day. If you need to have one here in the last race, it's 28 to 10 about 5 Musical Arch, 33 to 10 about Where's the Party number 7, and 9 to 2 about number 9 Port Tavar. Talk to me, Mr. Burrows.
Clyde, not one of my bets of the day because it is a hard race. But I can tell you this filly, Where's the Party? I'm hoping that Shane Humby can have his first winner back in Cape Town, because this filly's been running well of late. She showed pace in her penultimate start and was just run out of it late. I see they've dropped her in trip and the blinkers go on. So I'm hoping that she can put it all together. I wouldn't say she's worth a bet, but I have tipped a quartet. Banker Where's the Party with a field, hoping for a few roughies in behind her, because it can be tricky.
Okay, that's all right. Doesn't matter with that. Let's have a look. If you've got the quartet up and running, let's go to it. Banker 7, Where's the Party? Take our chances by a field on for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. And that's the spin. And Darren says, let's take a chance, the lucky last out at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. That takes care of our Sunday meeting. Thank you very much to all of you, the whole team, Ricky, Dylan, Raj, Daryl, Darren, much appreciated. Thanks, everyone. We'll catch up in the week.